I make between 30K and 50K per month with my consulting business through my LinkedIn account. But just 1 year ago, I was stuck at 10K a month for over a year. I thought if I wanted to double my revenue, I needed to double the amount of work that I was doing. And so I posted more content, sent more DMs, drank 2 Red Bulls a day, worked 12-hour days. And the highest amount of revenue that I ever hit was 12.5K. But then the next month I would be back to 10K a month. In this video, I'll show you how I stopped working harder, started creating leverage, and then went from 10K a month to 30K a month within 3 months, and then scaled my business to consistent 30 to 50K months with my consulting business all through LinkedIn. Now, for a bit of context, I was stuck at 10K a month for over a year, not a few months, literally a whole year at 10K a month. I was working 12-hour days, drinking 2 Red Bulls a day just to get through the work, charging cheap prices and signing clients who needed constant hand-holding just to stay on with me. And I knew that I got to 10K a month by posting content, sending DMs, taking sales calls, taking on more clients. And so I thought, right, if I want to get to 20K a month, I need to just do more of what I'm already doing. And so I did exactly that. I posted more content, sent more DMs, took more sales calls, signed more clients. But the highest revenue I ever hit was 12.5K. And then the next month I would be back at 10K. And the big problem was I was always stressed that I'd go back to zero. And that's why I tried to save as much money as possible, because I thought I always needed runway so that if I ever did go to zero, I could carry on for a few more months before having to go back and get a 9 to 5. I was literally scared of spending money. And I never fully trusted my system because I was the system. If I stopped working for even 1 hour, my business would completely stop within that hour, right? It literally depended all on me. And then I realized something. Even if I did do double the amount of work to get to 20K a month, I wouldn't be able to sustain it because the amount of work that I was doing at 10K a month, i.e. 12-hour days, drinking 2 Red Bulls a day just to stay up to actually do the work, etc., I'd be working literally all my life just to sustain 20K a month. And then I got to the point where I was just fed up. I'd been trying to figure it all out on my own for a whole year. I hadn't got anywhere. So I thought I need to pay someone who's already done this journey, right? They've already gone from 10 to 20, maybe even 50K a month. And I need to pay someone who is going to be able to tell me the exact steps that I need to take to get from 10 to 20K. So I paid a mentor, 10K up front. Now, it was fucking terrifying. The thought process that I gave myself was, do I really believe that this business is going to work? And I thought, yes, I do. Like, I don't have any other alternative. I'm not gonna go back and get a job. I'm gonna make this business work. So I need to prove it to myself. I stopped being scared and I committed to actually learning the skills that I needed to learn in order to hit 30K a month, right? And a big driver of that was, I looked at Alex Hormozi and a lot of the other biggest names in the industry. They're all constantly investing in themselves. And so I thought, all right, I need to be doing the exact same thing. And yes, I was scared when I made the decision to invest, but it was the right one because I was finally committing to actually getting my business to where I wanted it to be. And I didn't realize it at the time, but that mental decision of just deciding the business was going to work and I was actually committed to making it work was what actually made my growth exponential more than a lot of any other decisions or skills or systems I implemented. And so within 3 months of investing in that mentor, I went from 10K a month to 30K a month, right? And that's when I understood. Being stuck at 10K a month for that whole year that I was cost me way more than the 10K that I'd invested into that mentor. Because I was now earning an extra 20K a month, right? And that 20K a month, had I been earning that for that whole year that I was stuck at 10K, that would have been an extra 240K that I would have earned within that year. And so I started thinking of it like, right, investing in mentors is expensive. I started thinking of it like the amount of money that I'm missing out on by not knowing these skills and this knowledge is actually costing me a lot more because I'm not earning as much as I know I could or should be. And if I'd stayed there for another year, had I been stuck at 10K a month for 2 years instead of 1, that mistake would have cost me 480K, right? All because I was too scared to just pay someone who would tell me how to get to where I wanted to go. And so from that moment onwards, I decided that I needed to pay people, courses, tools, etc., that would actually get me to where I wanted to get to, right? But that's only half of it. The number one thing that my mentor taught me that helped me go from 10K to 30K a month was that I needed to stop trying to work hard. And yes, it might sound completely counterintuitive, but he looked at my day-to-day and he said, you're attracting the wrong kind of clients through your content. Because you're attracting the wrong kind of clients, you're charging the wrong prices. Because you're charging the wrong prices, you're keeping on the wrong kinds of people and having to work 12-hour days to keep them on, right? And so we completely switched everything around. So we changed the way that I was delivering. Instead of doing a done for you, where I was spending 1 to 2 hours a day on each client, I started moving to a more higher leveraged way of delivering, where I could only spend 1 to 2 hours a week on that client. We raised my prices, literally 4x them. And then to justify that 4x price raise, I started creating way better content that allowed me to attract those better people who would jump on sales calls and pay me 4 times the price I was charging before. And the last change that I made as well was, instead of doing DMs myself, I hired an appointment setter, trained them on some really good systems, tracked their data to make sure that they were hitting the same KPIs as me, and it got them to take over outreach for me. And I was way better off for it. I wasn't delivering as many hours as I was before, and I went from working 12-hour days to make 10K a month to now working 6 to 8 hours a day to making 30K a month, all within 3 months. Now, this is what I call leverage, and it's what I try to teach all of my clients as much as possible, right? Because when you stop trying to actually work hard so that you can feel good about yourself and you start creating leverage within your business instead, you end up working less but getting more work done and therefore earning more money. And so you need to ask yourself, what is the 20% of work that I can do that will get me 80% of the results that I want? And then you need to do more of that. Now, for a lot of you, getting the right systems in place is probably not going to be your problem. Either getting started on actually building them and knowing how to build them to the best level, or keeping yourself accountable to continuously building them is probably going to be what's going to hold you back. And so after a few months of hitting 30K a month with my mentor, in April 2026, I hit 45K US dollars cash collected, right? I was working 6 hours a day most of that month, and I was working with sick fucking clients, we're getting great results, and I really enjoy jumping on calls with them, right? So life and business seemed great. But one thing that I want to reiterate is that this is not a super easy silver bullet magic pill that I'm going to give you if you decide to work with me, right? This whole, work less, take on better clients thing is not an overnight thing where you get £1 million, okay? You definitely do need to put your head down and build some good systems. But once they're built, your business and therefore your life becomes a lot easier. That's the message I'm trying to get across. Because what 99% of people are not willing to do is to go through 2 to 3 months of putting their head down, building the right systems, stepping away from the things that they've been working on for the last 1 to 2 years because it scares them, and investing in a mentor that's genuinely going to help them get to where they want to get to. Because they're scared, right? They're scared that if they pull away from the way their business is currently running, their money will drop. And yes, it might drop a tiny bit. Mine did when I first started my mentor for the first week or 2. But you need to decide, am I playing this game for the next 2 to 4 weeks where I'm just trying to constantly survive? Or am I trying to build a thing that can genuinely last for the next 10 years and allow me to live an amazing life? And if you're the second version, you need to start acting and feeling and thinking like the person who actually runs that business and therefore actually building it out. Because being at 30 to 50K a month, working 6 hours a day with clients that don't drain the hell out of me, means I have freedom, I can travel, I can go on holiday with my girlfriend whenever I want, I can go outside and sunbathe for an hour if I decide to. But again, business is not super easy, and I'm not trying to show you some magic dream because there are definitely hard days, right? I still have days and weeks, sometimes months, where I'm a little bit stressed, where maybe I have to work a little bit more, where maybe I do doubt myself. That's normal, we're all human, right? But I promise you, business is a lot better when you have leverage systems that are doing a lot of the work for you, rather than when you're literally doing everything, such as content, DMs, sales calls, client acquisition, client delivery, data tracking, etc., all yourself, right? And yet most people still believe the wrong thing. So the belief that I want you to shift from watching this video is you don't need to work harder. You don't need to post more, send more DMs. You have a knowledge gap, okay? You don't know what you need to be doing differently from 10K to 50K a month. And that's exactly what Ritvik said when he signed up with me, right? He's one of my best performing clients. He said, I don't know what I don't know. And that's why I signed up. And he's completely right. Because if you're at 10K a month, you probably don't know content as well as someone at 50K a month. You probably don't know offers, sales calls, DMs, client acquisition, client delivery, as well as someone at 50K a month. Because if you did, you would also be at 50K a month, right? And trying to figure it out on your own is often way more expensive than just paying someone who already knows the knowledge that you need to know to get to where you want to be. And this is the mistake that I see a lot of people make. They'll invest in a cheap course or read a load of free content and assume that they now know how to do content or send DMs or, take sales calls amazingly because they've done it once or twice, right? But there's depth to every single thing. It's like comparing McDonald's to a Mayfair restaurant. Yes, in theory, what you're delivering is the same, but the quality, the experience, the feeling you have after are 2 completely different things. And so someone who knows content, sales calls, DMs, offers at a 10K a month level doesn't know it as well as someone at 50K a month. And that's what I really want you to understand, okay? And just doing more work and trying to do more content, more DMs will never get you to the place that you want to get to. Because even if you do get there, you'll have to stay working a lot harder than you are now just to sustain it. Whereas if you learn how to do content, sales calls, DMs at 50K a month level, you can create leverage, okay? And yes, there will be times you need to work harder, right? There'll be times you have to do a sprint, you have to put your head down, You may even get stressed and doubt yourself. That's completely normal. We're all human, we're all business owners. I'm not trying to sell you a magic bullet or a magic dream. What I'm trying to say to you is if you can put your head down for the next 3 to 6 months, get over your fear of investing in yourself and your business, you will be able to get out of the rut you've stuck yourself in, where you're working 10 to 12 hour days and not getting anywhere with your business and it's just stagnating. Because your business shouldn't be a thing that takes 10 to 12 hours a day just to keep it afloat. It should be a thing that takes 1 to 2 hours a day just to keep it afloat, and then the rest of your day is spent doing things that you genuinely enjoy, such as filming YouTube videos like this or creating content or working with sick clients, okay? Again, you need to stop working harder and you need to stop trying to figure out everything on your own. Start creating leverage, invest in someone who's already walked the path that you want to walk, and build the business that allows you to live the life that you really want to live. That's the lesson I want you to take from this.